RadioCare is a quirky old-school radio show playing music from the 70s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.
And a very good evening to you. This is RadioCare. I'm Mike Coward and I'm broadcasting from Coventry. Sorry for the delay. There was a bit of a technical hitch trying to connect to the live streaming, but I'm here. I've made it. And tonight is a special show called They Come From Down Under, and it's from the music of artists and band singers with connections to New Zealand and Australia. So the first one to start us off is from the 1960s. It's from the Easy Beats and it's Friday on My Mind.
Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to nag me. Coming Tuesday I feel better. Even my old man looks good. Wednesday just don't go. Thursday goes too slow. I'll have Friday on my mind. Gonna have fun in the city. Be with my girl, she's so pretty. She looks fine tonight. She's all inside to me. I spent my friend tonight. I lift my head tonight. I got to get tonight. Monday I'll have Friday on my mind. Do the 5-day grind once more. I know of nothing else that worries me more than working for the rich man. Hey, I'll change that scene one day. Today I might be mad. Tomorrow I'll be glad. 'Cause I'll have Friday on my mind. I'm gonna have fun in the city. Be with my girl, she's so pretty. She looks fine tonight. She's all inside to me. Tonight, I spend my friend tonight. I lose my head tonight. I got to get tonight. Monday I'll have Friday on my mind. Gonna have fun in the city. I'll be with my girl, she's so pretty. I'm gonna have fun in the city. I'll be with my girl, she's so pretty.
I've always loved that version of a song. That was Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats, released in 1966, and it got to number 1 in the US and in Australia, and to number 6 in the UK. First time I actually heard that song, not that version, was on David Bowie's Pin-Ups album. Very sort of different version, but once I've heard this one I was converted, and I love it. So this next artist is Olivia Newton-John. Now you may think, well, she's not Australian. She's not. She was born in England, in Cambridge, but she moved to Australia. She moved to Melbourne when she was six years old, and she started sort of to make her career out there before coming over to the UK and then the States. So this was one from 1971. It's one that is closely sort of resembling the George Harrison version of a very famous Bob Dylan song, If Not For You.
If not for you, babe, I couldn't even find the door. I couldn't even see the floor. I'd be sad and blue. If not for you.
Ready to feel lonely? Tune in to RadioCare via podcast weekly. RadioCare is hosted by Mike Howard, broadcasting from Coventry to the world.
And indeed to the world. Hopefully I've got some listeners in Australia and New Zealand this morning, or this morning for them. So good morning to you in New Zealand, if you're up that early, and in Australia to Charlene, to Kayla, to Gavin, Fiona, and to my friend Karen in Australia. So this next one is one by the Bee Gees. Again, you're thinking they're not from Australia, but they moved to Australia in the late 50s, and that's where they started their career before coming back to the UK in 1967. It's probably one of the last ones of those ones that I'm going to be connecting where they weren't actually born in the country, but I had to add them because people used to associate them sort of with Australia. So this one is one that featured on the Saturday Night Fever album, but on the album it was the Yvonne Elliman version, which I played probably about 6-8 weeks ago on one of my shows, which I really loved. But this is the Bee Gees version of If I Can't Have You. And hello, if you've just joined RadioCare, I'm Mike Howard, and tonight is one of the special shows playing songs from artists with connections to Australia and New Zealand, or are from Australia and New Zealand. So that was the Bee Gees, If I Can't Have You. Now, this next one is probably one of my favourite split end songs. It was banned in the UK in 1982. At that time, we were having a bit of a war with Argentina, and the song, it was felt, was a bit detrimental to the morale of the British Navy. So this one is called 6 Months in a Leaky Boat, but it's not the split ends version because I really had a hard time trying to sort of find that on iTunes to download. I've got it on CD, but I can't transfer them onto CD to play them on here. So this version is the one that Tim Finn did with Big Runga and Dave Dobin on the Together Live show.
When I was a young man, I wanted to sail around the world. That's the life for me, living on the sea. The spirit of a sailor is circumnavigates the globe. The lust of a pioneer will acknowledge no frontier. I remember you by thunderclap in the sky, lightning flash, tempers flare round the court. If you dare, I just spent 6 months in a leaky boat, lucky tough to keep afloat. I'll tell you, to the bottom of the world. The tyranny of distance, it didn't stop the cavalier, so why should it stop me? I'll conquer and stay free. Ah, come on, all you lads, let's forget and forgive. There's a world to explore, tears to death, back on shore. I spent 6 months in a leaky boat, 6 months in a leaky boat. Good evening, Hamilton. Thanks for all coming out on a winter's night. Shipwreck love can be cruel. Don't be fooled by the kind. There's a wind in my sails, will protect and prevail. I just spent 6 months in a leaky boat, nothing to a leaky boat.
Don't you just love that song? Sorry I had to cut it off at the end, but I think it would have gone on to the next one. That was 6 Months in a Leaky Boat, and that was Tim Finn with Big Runga and Dave Dobin and the Together Live concert. So this next one is one by Big Runga. It's probably one of my favourites by her, and it's probably one of the most famous ones sort of outside of New Zealand and Australia. She is from New Zealand, and this one is called Sway.
stray, don't ever go away. I should be much too smart for this. You know it gets the better of me sometimes. When you and I collide, I fall into an ocean of you. Pull me out in time, don't let me drown. Let me down. I say it's all because of you. And here I go, losing my control. I'm practicing your name so I can say it to your face. It doesn't seem right to look you in the eye. Let all the things you mean to me come tumbling out my mouth. Indeed, it's time telling you why I say it's infinitely true. Say you'll stay, don't come and go like you do. Sway my way, yeah, I need to know all about you. And there's no cure and no way to be sure why everything's turned inside out, instilling so much doubt. It makes me so tired, I feel so uninspired. My head is battling with my heart. My logic has been torn apart, and now it all turns sour. Come sweet in every afternoon. Say you'll stay, don't come and go like you do. Sway my way, yeah, I need to know all about you. Say you'll stay, don't come and go like you do. Sway my way, yeah, I need to know all about you. It's all because of you. It's all because of you. It's all because of you.
And what a beautiful version of that song. That was Vic Runga and Sway. That was her second single off her debut album, Drive, in 1997. But that version was from Live on Radio KCRW. I think it's a great song. It got to number 10 in Australia, number 26 in Ireland, and it got to number 7 in New Zealand. I think it's a classic, brilliant song. So this next one, I'm going back to Split Enz. This is a song that I used to cover in my band, Seeing Red, and I actually got the name Seeing Red from a Split Enz song. There's a song called I See Red, and that's where I got the name from. And this song is I Got You, and it's a live version.
I want you to sing it now. Turn the tent into a helium balloon. Are you with us? You're ahead of us. I got you. That's all I want. I won't forget. That's a whole lot. I don't go out. But now that you're in, sometimes we shout. One more time for the people. That's right.
I bet you're all singing along to that one. That was Split End's live version of I Got You. Released in 1980, written by Neil Finn, who had been with the band for a couple of years. It was originally sort of the band that sort of Tim Finn was in, but he brought his younger brother into it. The single was a commercial success, reaching number one in Australia and New Zealand, and it got to the top 20 in the UK and Canada. It was one of them songs that I remember sort of when I was, God, how old would I have been, 1980? So I would have been about 11 when I first heard this song. And it wasn't until sort of about 10 years later that I really got into Split Enz and Crowded House and started sort of following everything sort of they did. So that sort of brings back sort of memories for me there. So this next one is back to Australia, and this is an Australian band called Men at Work, and the song is Down Under.
Travelling in a fried-out combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women go and men wonder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. He was 6'4" and full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land down under, where Peter's flow and men chunder. Can't you hear the thunder? Take cover, yeah. La la
Join Mike Howard at RadioCare as you travel in time from the 70s to present day. Over an hour of top tunes and great banter.
Well, it's going to be well over an hour tonight. I had to cram lots of songs in. Had some good suggestions from friends living in New Zealand of some bands to try and sort of fit in. So I've done my best to add them a little bit later on the set list. So I just want to say a big welcome to anyone that's just joined or has been sort of listening for a little while. This is Radio Care. I'm Mike Howard, and I do these podcasts every week. I say podcasts, I record it as a live sort of radio show, and then I put it out as a podcast for people just to listen to anytime they like. Originally, Radio Care was started up to sort of help with sort of breaking isolation, and the job that I'm in, where I sort of support people and that, I thought that would have been a good idea, sort of helping people there. Anyway, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that has joined. We've got just over 2,000 people listening at the moment from all over the world. So welcome from wherever you are in the world. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever your time zone is. You're all welcome, and I hope you're enjoying the show. So this next one is sticking with Australia. This one is one by Tina Arena, and it's Chains.
Pretend I can always leave, free to go whenever I please. But then the sound of my desperate calls echo of these dungeon walls. I've crossed the line from mad to sane 1,000 times and back again.
And what a fantastic voice. That was Tina Arena and Chains. That was a number 4 hit in her home country and got to number 6 in the UK and charted well throughout the rest of Europe, winning numerous awards in the process. It got to number 38 in the North American charts and number 20 in Canada. So it was a song that did really, really well for her. It's from her album called Don't Ask. So this next song is one by another famous Australian band, In Excess. The song is Never Tear Us Apart. Just before I sort of play the song, I always tell people I met Michael Hutchence. Well, I kind of did. Me and my mate were in a shop called Hamley's in London. Must have been in the late 80s. Can't remember why we'd gone in there. I think we just wanted to have a look. And Michael Hutchence was there in front of us with Wendy James. And we were too nervous to go up and sort of ask for an autograph or to talk to him. So we just turned around and sort of came out there. But that was as close as I sort of like got to him. Probably around about 1987, 88 time, I'd say. Yeah, round about then. Anyway, this one is Never Tear Us Apart, and it's In Excess.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart. We could live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never, ever tear us apart.
And that was Never Tear Us Apart from In Excess in 1988. It got to number 24 in the UK charts and stayed there for 7 weeks, and in the US it reached number 7 on the Billboard chart, so did better over there. So this next song is one by another Australian band. I promise I will come to the New Zealand bands later on in the set. I promise there are some. But this one is one by an Australian band called The Church. I had the album in the late 80s, Starfish, and this one is Under the Milky Way.
Sometimes when this place gets kinda empty, sound of their breath fades with the light. I think about the loveless fascination under the Milky Way tonight. Lower the curtain down in Memphis, lower the curtain down, alright. I got no time for private consultation under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were
And that was Under the Milky Way Tonight by The Church from 1988. It peaked at number 22 in the Australian charts and got to number 24 in the US Billboard charts and 25 in New Zealand. Didn't do so well sort of over here in the UK, but I first heard it when I was a student in Coventry in the 80s, long before I sort of ever lived here. And I was in a store called HMV and they were playing it, so I just went and asked about it, and it was one of the new albums that was out, Starfish, so I had to get it. So this next one is one by Delta Goodrem, and this one is Born to Fly.
Doing everything that I believe in, going by the rules that I've been taught, more understanding of what's around me, and protected from the walls of love.
to try.
RadioCare is a quirky old-school radio show playing music from the 70s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.
And hello, if you just joined us. Yes, this is Radio Care. I'm Mike Howard, and tonight is our special show playing songs from Australia and New Zealand, or artists from Australia and New Zealand. I know it seems to be a bit heavy sort of with the Australian, but hopefully we'll get to play a few more from New Zealand, and I promise there is some coming up. So this next one is one by Temper Trap? Yep, Temper Trap, and it's Sweet Disposition. Loving these songs I haven't heard for such a long time. That was a Temper Trap and Sweet Disposition. It actually got to number 6 in the UK singles charts, number 1 in the UK indie charts, got to number 14 in Australia, 34 in New Zealand, and in the US it eventually got to number 9, not until the release of the film 500 Days of Summer, where it was used as soundtrack, and that was in 2009. But it's a great song. So this next one is one by Nick Cave and Kylie Minogue, and this one is Where the Wild Roses Grow.
They call me the wild rose, but my name was Eliza Day. Why they call me it, I do not know, for my name was Eliza Day.
On the first day I saw her, I knew she was the one. She stared in my eyes and smiled, for her lips were the color of the roses that grew down the river, all bloody and wild.
When he knocked on my door and entered the room, my trembling subsided in his sure embrace. He would be my first man, and with a careful hand he wiped out the tears that ran down my face. They call me the wild rose, but my name was Eliza Day. Why they call me that I do not know, for my name was Eliza Day.
On the second day I brought her a flower. She was more beautiful than any woman I've seen. I said, do you know where the wild roses grow, so sweet and scarlet and free?
On the second day he came with a single red rose. He said, give me your loss and your sorrow. I nodded my head as I lay on the bed. If I show you the roses, will you follow? They call me the wild rose, but my name was Eliza Day. Why they call me that I do not know, for my name was Eliza Day. On the third day he took me to the river. He showed me the roses and we kissed, and the last thing I heard was a muttered word as he knelt above me with a rock in his fist.
On the last day I took her where the wild roses grow. She lay on the bank, the wind lied as a thief, and I kissed her goodbye, said all beauty must die. And I leant down and planted a rose between her teeth.
They call me the wild rose, but my name was Eliza Day. Why they call me it, I do not know, for my name was Eliza Day. My name was Eliza Day, for my name was Eliza Day.
And that was Where the Wild Roses Grow by Kylie Minogue and Nick Cave. It was from the Murder Ballads 1996. Got to number 3 in Norway, number 5 in Australia, and the top 20 in United Kingdom, Ireland, Germany and New Zealand. And it did receive some limited promotional releases in the US. So we're finally going back to New Zealand for a little while, and I'm going to try and remain there for a bit, if I can. And this is one by a band I discovered. Well, I didn't discover them, but over here we don't sort of tend to hear about some of the bands sort of from New Zealand. But this one is the Mutton Birds, and this one is called In My Room.
Switches and fittings I knew. I have tabs on the walls and I pace out the floor, and I know every inch of the ceiling too. But I keep seeing you. Yes, I keep seeing you. Virtue in things that stay the same. In my room I measure time by the things that I use up, and just like my shopping list I will never change. But I keep seeing you. Yes, I keep
And that was the Mutton Birds, New Zealand band Mutton Birds, In My Room, from the album Salty in 1994. Got to number 14 in the New Zealand charts. I never had that album, but I did have that song for some reason, maybe on a compilation or something. But I did have Envy of Angels, which came out in 96, and Rain, Steam and Speed in 1999. So, one of my all-time favourite bands, which I say every week if I play one of their songs. This is Crowded House, and I couldn't not play a Crowded House song. And this one is one called Don't Stop Now.
Pleasant day in the countryside has ended up in tears on a stormy night. 'Cause you can't follow my directions home, but don't stop now. God knows where the satellite's taking us. I can't tell what is right in front of us. But I hang on every word. Don't stop now. No, don't stop now. Give me something I can write about. You get fooled by the lightning every time. See the after image of my outline. Then you turn the wrong way round. Don't stop now. No, don't stop now. Give me something I can write about. Give me something I can cry about. In a church house 10 miles out of town, is the devil gonna track me down? Will it travel through a tunnel in the trees? Just remember that's how you get to me. There's no number on the house. The birds are headed south. Sometimes you have to turn the wrong way round. Sometimes you get too close to nowhere now. Restless, hopeful in the silence I wait, with a blank piece of paper on the top of my head. Then all I want is something I can write about. All I want is something I can cry about.
And that was Crowded House. Don't Stop Now from 2007. It was the Time on Earth album that was released. It got to number 9 in the US. It got to 41 in the UK and 34 in Australia. I should have done so much better in the UK because it's a great song. Probably one of my favourite songs off that album, although they're all good. So this next one was a kind of request. It was a suggestion of a New Zealand band called Herbs, and this one is called Sensitive to Smile.
For distrust, no room for hate. Open up your hearts, don't let them wait. Quality in life that's hard to find. Like a child with an open mind. Tenderness, sensitive to a smile. Beautiful children have come into my life. Beautiful people, old, young and bright. Beautiful children, longing for life. Worldly people, take away the knife. These are the feelings from our heart. There's no truth, love and affection. Love for me and love for you. Ooh, la 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 la. So make a stand and hold your ground. Maybe the world will turn around. Peace and love in harmony. Beautiful children have come into my life. Beautiful people, old, young and bright. Beautiful children, longing for life. Worldly people, take away. Moving on, love together. We will never shed no tears. Love for them is love for all. Beautiful children have come into my life. Worldly people, take away the night. Beautiful children have come into my life. Beautiful people, so old, so young and bright. All we are singing, saying, worldly people, take away, take away, take away. Longing, wanting, asking, praying. Take away, take away, take away the night. Without the freedom of our relationships.
And that was Sensitive to Smile by the Herbs from 1987. It reached number 9 in the New Zealand charts. So staying with New Zealand bands, this one's quite a recent one. It went into the charts, or was released in May of this year. and it was a number one hit in New Zealand, and it's by the band 660, and it's called All She Wrote.
I'm just walking down these city lines, yeah, I'm just trying to find my way. Time flies like the spark in your eyes when you're taking it day by day. Time heals all. They were wrong, but ain't no use in looking back. It's already gone. You give and you take, you love and you chase. That's all she wrote. You laugh and you cry, you live and you die. That's all she wrote. I'm just living my life. 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 It'll be what it's destined to be. See, I'm just trying to save you time. I can give you some wings and advice, but that ain't gonna make you fly. You need to find your own peace of mind, 'cause ain't no use in looking back. Move on, move on. You give and you take, you love and you chase. That's all she wrote. You laugh and you cry, you live and you die. That's all she wrote. I'm just living my life. 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 We wanna be older when we're younger. We wanna be younger when we're older. It's just confusion until it's over. That's all she wrote. We wanna be older when we're younger. We wanna be younger when we're older. It's just confusion until it's over. That's all she wrote. You give and you take, you love and you chase. That's all she wrote. You laugh and you cry, you live and you die. That's all she wrote. You give and you take, you love and you chase. That's all she wrote. You laugh and you cry, you live and you die. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote.
And that was 660 and All She Wrote, which was released in May earlier on this year and got to number one in New Zealand. So we're going to quickly fly across to Australia again, and this one is the piano version of a Sia song, and that's Chandelier.
Party girl, don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When will I learn? I push it down, I push it down. Yeah. See, I'm the one for a good time call, phone's blowing up, I'm ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. So bad that I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. I'm gonna fly like a bird through the night. look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Guess I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight. Sun is up, I'm a mess, gotta get out now. Gotta run from this, here comes the shame, here comes the shame. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. So I'm back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. Until morning light, cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Oh, look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light, cause I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Oh, I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight. Just holding on for the night. Oh, I'm just holding on for the night. Oh, I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight.
What a beautiful version of that song, and that was the Chandelier, the piano version. I just thought I was so relaxed listening to that, just sort of taking all the words in. We've got about 4 more songs left of this show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've tried to sort of find songs for sort of the Australian and New Zealand audience, and for anyone that likes sort of the bands and artists that come from the Southern Hemisphere. So I'm going to start winding it down now, but I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's been listening. There's about 5,000 people listening at the moment, and that's sort of really humbling, sort of like to know that you've actually stayed and listened, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. So this next one is another Australian band, and this one is Savage Garden, and it's Truly Madly Deeply.
Dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply do. I will be strong, I will be faithful, cause I'm counting on a new beginning, a reason for living, a deeper meaning. Protection of the fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I'll love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply do. I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna bathe with you in the sea. I wanna lay like this forever until the sky falls down on me. But I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna bathe with you in the sea. But I want to live like this forever until the sky falls down on me.
And that was Savage Garden, Truly Madly Deeply from 1997. It reached number 1 in Australia, Canada and the US, and it got to number 4 in the UK. So this next song is back in New Zealand, and it's by an artist called Lordi. I think I pronounced it right. And the song is called Royals.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up town, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, grey goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me queen bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. My friends and I, we've cracked the code. We count our dollars on the train to the party, and everyone who knows us knows that we're fine with this. We didn't come for money, but every song's like gold teeth, grey goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me queen bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. We're bigger than we ever dreamed, and I'm in love with being queen. Life is great without a care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals.
And that was Lordy from 2013. It was originally released on her 2012 EP Love Club, but then was on her debut studio album Pure Heroine in 2013. It reached number one in New Zealand, Canada and United Kingdom, and it did make it to the top 100 Billboard charts in the US. Yeah, great song. So we are very, very near the end. There's only a couple of songs left. And this next artist is another artist from New Zealand. And the song is called Life in Sunshine. And the artist is Jamie McDell.
Sure this time. Today it's warm outside. Today we're fine. These days we live our lives like there's more to see. But I've come to realize what's in front of me. So hot, got my feet on fire. So gone, turn the beat up higher. And we know we're living life in sunshine. No time for stress, we're all lazy. And tonight we're gonna go crazy. And we know we're living life in sunshine. This ain't no TV show. This is life right now. So turn up the radio, sing this song out loud. And there's nowhere you need to be but right here beside the sea. Today I lost my mind and I feel alive. So hot, got my feet on fire. So gone, turn the beat up higher. And we know we're living life in sunshine. No time for stress, we're all lazy. And tonight we're gonna go crazy. And we know we're living life in sunshine. This is the golden age. Driving in my car. So listen closely, baby. I'm loving where we are. I'm so hot, got my feet on fire. I'm so gone, turn the beat up higher. And we know we're living life in sunshine. No time for stress, we're all lazy. And tonight we're gonna go crazy. And we know we're living life in sunshine. So hot, got my feet on fire. So gone, turn the beat up higher. And we know we're living life in sunshine. No time for stress, we're all lazy. And tonight we're gonna go crazy. And we know we're living life in sunshine. This is the golden age. Driving in my car. So listen closely, baby. I'm loving where we are. I'm loving where we are.
And that was Jamie McDell and Life in Sunshine, released in 2012. It was on her debut album, and the song actually, Life in Sunshine, reached number 27 in the New Zealand charts. A bit confused here because it actually says number 7 in the New Zealand charts and then number 3 in New Zealand artists. So whether that's Artist of the Year, I'm not too sure. So we've reached the end of the show. I really sort of enjoyed the songs I played tonight, and I hope you have too. It's been really lovely to sort of see how many people are listening live. We're almost up to 6,000, so I'm really happy with that, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So I'm going to finish. I always have a song that sort of plays me out, so I say my goodbyes beforehand. And this one is a Dave Dobbin song, originally released in 2005 as Welcome Home, but in 2017, to coincide with the Maori Language Week, he released a Maori version of the song, and it's entitled, I hope I get it right, No Mai Ra, or No Mare. I've probably got it totally wrong, but it's a beautiful song and I hope you enjoy it. And all that's left is for me to say is thank you for listening. It will be available, the show, on podcast very soon. I'll upload it. And I just want to say thank you to my friends in New Zealand and Australia that have been listening, and hope you have a good day. And the rest of the world, just to say good night, good afternoon, whatever you're doing, just enjoy yourself, stay safe, and hopefully tune in next week. Good night.
Ke te aroha au ki a koe, e tano a tia nei e tau whenua. Rawa kore mai koe ki konei, ka toro te ringa ki tōka. No mai rā, ki te papa, papa tipu. Te pari, horo kawiho te ao. Kuaruha I te pakanga, rapua he araho. No mai rā, tenera toka inga. No mai rā, te karanga te ngako. No mai rā, te karanga te ngako. Haere tonu mai, haere tonu mai. Hiri te reo aranga, hae mai. Kua pohiri ngā maunga, hae mai. Ko te ao te aro konei, te hoa tau whai o te rā. Ma te pango te mami te koe, ka iwi ko kahi te ao. No mai rā, ki te papa, papa tipu. No mai rā, te mera toka inga. got nothing I could.
RadioCare is a quirky old-school radio show playing music from the 70s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.